Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in this episode we are checking out a soon-to-be released gorgeous aircraft, the Ford TriMotor. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides as well as any future guides that come along down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below, and thank you to all of my current subscribers. So I have been lucky enough to be in contact with the developer of one of the really cool add-ons that we have available on FlightSim.to, the UH-1 Huey. This developer did a fantastic job, and the Huey was his initial release for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and now he's looking to get into the payware scene and bringing us his first aircraft, the Ford TriMotor. Now, this is a very early preview, guys. This is early access. Nothing is finalized. Everything is subject to change. Any bugs, issues, behaviors, textural defects, anything that we may see, all of those will likely be addressed prior to release. I don't have any insight as to pricing or anything like that as of yet. Today, we're just getting to check out this developer's gorgeous work here, and we're going to start with the exterior. He has done a fantastic job here, guys. Look at the engines, look at the paneling, look at the joining locations for all the different textures and parts and materials. Look at the wheels, look at the struts, the cabling going up the struts. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. He's done a gorgeous job of this. I am blown away. And again, this is his first payware model that he's bringing to the simulator. Going very nostalgic, back in time. There are two different variants that are currently available to us in the early access version that I have. And that is this version here, and then there is one with floats. So for those of you who love the amphibious aircraft, that is going to be an option for you as well. Jumping into the seat, guys, nothing has changed here. Again, absolutely stunning work is being done on it. You can see the love and care that's being put into this development, and I'm thoroughly impressed with the work. One of the beautiful things that I really appreciate about this particular developer is he's already been in contact with me asking if I come across any issues. He's definitely very, very interested in making sure that any issues are addressed. So he's really working hard to make sure that we get a very valuable product here. Now, you got a very awesome pop-out clipboard here. The only thing that I wish you could do with the clipboard is sort of drag it and move it around. That would be kind of cool, but I don't know what that takes to do that. So I'm trying not to be picky, you know what. But again, you have all of your pre-flight checks and everything that's required here. We're going to do an auto start today just to keep the video simple and short. And because, again, when it comes to early access aircraft, I like to give the developers time to really iron them out. Not to say that it's not, but I mean, it really is fantastic, guys. Cabin work is all fully modeled and available for us, so we can back up there if we want. Oh, helps when I click on the screen. Let's go ahead. Oh, it's not letting me move my camera now. What did you do to my camera? What did you do to my camera? I can't move my camera around, guys. What happened? What'd you guys do to it? Did you guys break my stuff? There it goes. Oh, that was weird. I wasn't holding Alt. My bad. That was my fault. All right, so anyway, let's see here. Let's back it down. There we go. Again, very gorgeously modeled. I love all the different lights and textures and everything that's been made available again. And the cabin lights are modeled from up front. Just, it's really slick, guys. Really slick. Love this beautiful work. You know what's funny, though? When you look at old aircraft like this, I can't help but think, like, man, what were these people thinking? Because, you know, I mean, I guess for back then, that was modern. But when you see modern aircraft today, and then you look at something like this, like, do I really want to fly in this? Like, this is kind of outdated, right? But let's go ahead, and now I'm going to go ahead and do an auto start, guys. Make sure that you guys can hear all of the gorgeous sounds. You can pop the pilot window, at least with the version that I have. The pilot window is available. The co-pilot one, not as of yet. I don't know if that's something that's coming or not, so I don't want to speak to that. But there's so much. Here's your trim for the nose for the elevators. Isn't that cool? Like, could you imagine reaching behind you to trim your aircraft? I mean, look at all this stuff. It's just crazy. And you guys can see every time the mouse clicks on, all this stuff is modeled and ready to roll. But I'm going to keep things nice and simple today, and I'm going to cheat, and we're going to do Control and E. mixture control, prop pitch, and of course throttle. Let's go outside and take a listen and a peek. I think the texturing, again, the exterior texturing is done very, very well. Go ahead and put my headset on here and we're going to get flying. Let me adjust my cockpit seat here. You guys will be seeing the new cockpit seat here in a day or two. I'm doing a video on it as well. All right. Now, let's get track IR going. Looks like my seat is a little far forward. It's all right. We'll deal with it. Revving it second, listening to those sounds. The steering wheel, I can't get past the steering wheel. That is so cool. Okay, let's start that again here. I didn't have my rudder pedals plugged in. All right, parking brake released. There we go. Now, one thing I will say is taxing this version is a little weird, but I don't know how much of that is by design. All right, let's go ahead and set flaps 1. The nice thing that I actually like about the way this one taxis is that you have to really watch the differential braking. It can definitely be tricky. You let that tail wheel get kinked one direction or the other, and you'll find yourself spinning, begging to get it recovered. Come on. And flaps 1 was force of habit, by the way. I don't believe this aircraft has flaps. Alright, let's see if we can turn it around now. So right brake, right rudder. And then very quickly correcting with the left. Oh. A little too much propeller under it. We're going to very slowly advance it. Pulling aft on the stick. Oh, I've got that right rudder in. So she picks up a little fast. I feel like that's a little too quick, personally. So maybe a little bit more roll time would be probably ideal. But as far as the way it flies, very sluggish. Very slow in the controls, and in my personal opinion, that is a good thing for this particular aircraft. See if I can get you guys outside with it. I did forget to turn the landing lights on. Alright, and we're back in the seat. Probably should get these engines trimmed out to where they should be. Beautifully done. So far, my only personal complaint, and I don't even know if complaint's the right word, criticism, would be the takeoff roll was super short. Ground handling is a little rough, but I don't know if that's authentic or not. So I want to be careful stating to that, because for all I know, that's exactly how it really was to maneuver while on the ground. The sounds of the engines are, in my personal opinion, just beautiful. Especially for, you know, a new developer. I think the sounds are great. They really are. I love the functionality of the cockpit. I mean, it's fully functional. Guys, like I told you, the startup process absolutely works. I saved some time in the video today because, you know, I mean, at the end of the day for me, it's about how does it fly. That's always the exciting part, is getting airborne, tooling around. And it's gorgeous. It's cool seeing the animation and how everything is functioning. You even got the transponder down there and radio stack down at the bottom. But it's a gorgeously done aircraft. Absolutely love it. So let's see what we can do about bringing her home and try to land an aircraft like this. Yeah, the engine sound changes, and you guys notice the propeller animation is changing as we throttle back as well. Propeller animation looks like it could use a little bit of work. It's a little stuttery, but again, you know, very early access. I want to stress that enough, guys. Everything you're seeing is an early access version of this aircraft. I don't even have a release date for the aircraft yet. Alright, so rotation speed was supposed to be about 80 miles an hour. And I believe that's what we're registering. Oh, no, it is showing knots. Alright. Pull some pitch back until we slow down. Mixture is going to stay right about full rich. We never got particularly high above sea level. So I'm just going to keep it where it's at for the minute. Beautiful location. Gosh, that's pretty. This will be my first landing attempt in this aircraft, guys, so you guys get to join along with me with this one. Looks like we're in a bit of a crosswind. Got a little bit of turbulence. Coming down to 70 knots now. Descent rate's looking good, right about 400 feet per minute. Getting a little bumpy as we get low. Let's turn our landing. Ah, no. There we go. We're good. Those are bright landing lights. Holy crap. That's what we're talking about. So I am constantly making adjustments, which I'm loving, guys. I know that sounds, some that might sound silly, but that means that the aircraft is busy enough where I'm having to really keep an eye on what it's doing. Nothing crazy. Like, I know the animation of the yokes are going crazy, but I'm really not doing very much. Let's go back to full prop. Keep that manifold pressure down. Little high. Is that a wind flag in the middle of the runway? Yes, it is. Probably should have used the other runway, but that's alright. Oh, no, I don't know what that is. Oof. Oh, there's main wheels. We're bouncing. Propeller pitch coming all the way back. Waiting for that tail wheel to come down. Pulling aft on the stick. There's the tail wheel. Some of those radials. Brum, 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 brum. And I'm going to be an extremely intrusive person and just park the aircraft right here in the middle of the runway because that's just the kind of guy I am today. All right, parking brake is set. Listen to it, guys. Just listen. Gosh darn it. Choco. I think he's done a wonderful job. Now, again, I don't have a price point for this aircraft as of yet. Hopefully, I'll get another release of it and be able to share that with you guys as well as everything is polished out. But anyways, I thought that you guys would be really excited for this aircraft. Let me know what you guys think down in the description below. I'll leave you any links that I am allowed to down below if you guys want to check this out. I will definitely leave a link to his developer page on FlightSim.2 for the UH-1 Huey if you guys are interested in that. Definitely a very fun project. Super excited for this one. I'm very grateful that I was given the opportunity to fly this one ahead of time. I think that was really cool. So thank you to the developer, and I hope you appreciate the feedback. I think you've got a fantastic aircraft here. The landing was almost felt a little too easy. I think the biggest thing that I'm feeling both landing and takeoff, the simplest way to describe is it's very hard to keep it on the ground. Meaning that it just wants to fly. And if that's realistic and true to the nature of the aircraft, then by all means tell me to shut my mouth and I will. But that's the best way to describe it. There was almost no roll time on the engine. I powered up as slowly as I could, and then coming down, it took quite a long time to get that tail wheel to come down. But again, if all of that is true to nature and true to the nature of this aircraft, then so be it. Then you've nailed it, because this is beautiful. The texture work and the sounds are absolutely beautiful. I think this is just a really, really cool aircraft. Really interesting. So again, thank you to the developer. As always, guys, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want notification of future content. Ring the bell. Stay safe and healthy. I'll see you in the next one.